So I'm at Barnes & Noble, and I don't know if you're aware that Barnes & Noble has $5 books that come with a cafe purchase. It changes out every couple of months, and they recently had a new one come out. And I'm in need of a coffee, so I was like, well, I might as well start at Barnes & Noble and grab myself a $5 book. So let's go see if we can find one. Okay, it's still early in the year, so we have the healthy living books, the year of self-care, emotional intelligence. We're not here for those. We're here for something much different. We've got a whole table for Brandon Sanderson's new book. This thing is huge. Holy cow. So this is an awesome deal. This is Heavenbreaker with the sprayed edges, and right now it's 50% off. This book really shocked me. It was actually one of my favorites last year. It isn't really a romantic-y book at all. There is no romance. This is more sci-fi, but I really enjoyed this book. It got different trials and just a lot of surprises and twists and turns. I love this edition of the Hurricane Wars. I have the original hardback and I love it too, but the edges on this one are really, really pretty. I haven't heard of this one, Dragonfall, but we got some red edges here. This looks like a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition here. If you've heard about this book, I'm curious. I'll have to look into it. So, One Dark Window, but they do have the Two Twisted Crowns with the sprayed edges, the Barnes & Noble exclusive here. This one is just gorgeous. So this one is one that was actually sent to me by the publisher. I haven't read it yet. It's from Entangled, but it looks like a fun, romantic comedy. And this is another one that's on my TBR. I just love the edges on this with the purple sword. It's really pretty. Always have to appreciate the Sarah J. Maas table. There's always a table or a section dedicated to all of her books. This is the special edition of A Court of Thorns and Roses. They don't have the new special edition black covers yet, which I'll talk about in a different video how I feel about those, but right now just the neon ones are still available. They also have a blind date with a book. They have a YA thriller, a fiction, YA dystopia, and a YA fantasy. I love checking out the new and noteworthy section, and oh my gosh, look at this book. I love this color with the pink edges. That's really pretty. I've also heard really good things about this. I don't remember the whole synopsis of it yet, but I've heard it's a really good read. I also found a whole table of signed editions. Nothing romantic-y here because that's what I typically read, but lots of different options for the signed copies. So this is super fun. This is the Fourth Wing table. There's stickers for romantic-y. There's an Andarna pin, scale, turn. Yeah, there's a lot of these bookmarks. So this is a Flyer Die Writer's Quadrant bookmark. Super cute. I Will Not Die Today, Violet's Mantra, another licensed Fourth Wing pin. This is a lot different because it's got the Fourth Wing patch, Dragon Rider. This is a little bit different dragon style than I've seen on a lot of them. But then there's also patches and stickers of all those things. And then the licensed journal with the Book of Brennan. But this is the one, You're Really a Violent Little Thing, Are You? This is the official book that came out from Red Tower Books specifically. They published that. There's also quotes throughout this one, and the end papers inside it are really, really pretty. The book I'm going to try to convince you to read in this video is Five Broken Blades. So not only does it have beautiful sprayed edges and a great cover, this book is awesome if you like multiple points of view because it moves around between different characters and it's kind of a whodunit thing. All of the 5 of the characters have lies that they're trying to hide from others, and so throughout this book you're trying to figure out who's lying, who's telling the truth, and what exactly they're lying about, and the reveal at the end was super shocking, and I'm excited for the second one that's currently out. Let's see if we can find the second one. I haven't seen it yet. It has some really beautiful edges that go well with the first one. So I'm not seeing it in the fantasy section, so maybe I'll go back and do a notable. I might have missed it when I was walking around there, but It's so pretty. I want to show it to you. So I did miss it here in the new and noteworthy. It is For Ruined Realms. This is book 2. I have not read it yet. So excited to read this one. I'm going to read it after a couple things that I currently have in my TBR, but this one is picking up the cliffhanger, the huge cliffhanger that the 5 Broken Blades left off on, and we get to revisit the characters. I'm super excited about it. Like, I finished 5 Broken Blades, which I do have to admit, I did have an art copy of it, but when I finished 5 Broken Blades, I immediately was like, I need this. It wasn't even out yet because I had the art copy, and I'll have to show you sometime my art copy because I annotated it, and there's just so many notes because every time that you read from a different perspective, you're like, what does that mean? What are they lying about? Who's lying? This is just a really great series. There's another one coming, I believe. And if I remember correctly, the author wrote this and then she just kept writing, even though that's not typically how these are written. So they're coming out pretty close together. It's time to grab the drink, and right there's our $5 book. We're gonna check it out. Your oatmeal shaken espresso.
Did you want the venti size?
Yeah. I'll do a venti. So I'm flipping through this book and I'm noticing that each beginning of the chapter has a different like rom-com movie quote in it. I love it. Also, we have the beautiful sprayed edges. These are super cute. It is the Barnes & Noble exclusive, so the list price is $12.99, but if you buy a coffee or any cafe purchase, you get it for $5. And you can also get it for $5 if you don't want to go in store. If you go online and you buy another book, you can also get this for $5 with the purchase of another book. I got my coffee. I took the recommendation of the barista and did 2/3 half calf. And you get the upgrade if you're a member for Barnes & Noble, which I am because I come here often enough. I got the brown sugar shaken espresso. From what I gathered in this book, this girl's in her hometown and her high school crush is coming back, and she enlists her best friend to help her win over her high school crush because her best friend is hanging out with the guy. And it turns out through all of this, her best friend ends up being the love interest, and it's supposed to be a love story that's better than the movies. So this is only going to be $5 for a limited time with your cafe purchase or online, like I told you before. So if this book sounds interesting to you, you should grab it now while you can get the exclusive edition for only $5. And with that, I'm on a road trip actually, and this was just a pit stop. So I'm going to take my coffee and take my new book, and I'm going to head out, and I will talk to you later. Bye.